Communication update. Mowgli, Aurora. Communication update. Aladdin. Tarzan. I'm just kidding. So communication update. People, I think, I just like kind of learned this about myself recently. Is that like I think I've communicated this before, but I don't know if I've communicated it like verbally. But I don't like have high standards. Like that's not true. And I think that some people may think that, but that isn't true at all. I don't have high standards. I have actually very average standards, but they're like very specific. And so I think that that's really interesting because I think that's a misconception people have about me. I think it'd be smart to clear that up. And so I think that that's what's happening is that like I have very like specific but very average standards. Like I like a very specific type of person, a very specific type of people. But it's not like a high standard though. I like very average people of that very specific type. And I think that and it's rare too. I'm attracted to people that are rare because I'm also rare. And so I think that that makes a lot of sense that that's what some of the misconceptions have been is I think that people think that I have high standards. But I don't actually. I have very like specific standards of very average people. And so like I'm like a very intelligent guy and like I'm really like I'm kind of like I don't know. Like people are very attracted to me. People are like, into me or whatever. But I think that that's the point is I'm not really into nearly as many people that are into me and I think that that's kind of why it's frustrating. Um Similarly to like Jasmine and her suitors. It's like I'm not into that at all. Is that what's up with the suits? Like in all these movies, like Jasmine suitors? I don't know. But I think that that's the point. That's why it's so frustrating. Is because is that what's happening with the suits in like the Marvel movies? Is that what that is? It's so dumb. And so I think that that's why that's important. Is I'm like not impressed by that at all. And so that's why I was never into Ursula. So I never went to Ursula to have that done or whatever. Is because I'm not like that. I just am not that type of guy who like wants to be spruced up or whatever. That's happening with the genie in Aladdin too. Because they're at the wardrobe and he's like sprucing him up so he can like schmooze Jasmine or whatever. Also, are Jasmine and Aladdin Tweedledee and Tweedledum? Tweedle is seven. Seven, seven. Jasmine is seven, Aladdin is seven. So is that the implication of the movie that they're twins? That's kind of weird. And so like the Lindsay Logan thing that's in Law and Order SVU, Luke and Lindsay, like is that what that is? Or like Luke and Logan, is that what that is? Is that they're actually twins, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum? She's like, don't be a dummy, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I think that that's what it is. They're twins, like we're twins. But I'm just like, I'm not a girl, and that's the whole point of this story. It's so boring and so stupid. But I think that that is really interesting because that's what's happening. I have very, very average standards. Like I think people think that I have high standards. That's not true. I have high standards to myself. So I'm not into, and again, like, Beauty and the Beast, he gets transformed into a beast. And in Pinocchio, like the green guy gets turned into a donkey, because someone's attacking Democrats. So I think that that is really interesting because, like, I think that people think that I have really high standards, and that's not true at all. Like, I have very specific, super, super, super average standards. And so I think that that's why it like is frustrating. Like the Let Me Explain guy from YouTube, really attractive, like super attractive voice. Anyways, I obviously don't know what he actually looks like, but I think that that's the point. Is I like him and I like his like style and his like his little photo is just a normal. It's just a dude. Like it's just this like guy. Like I think that's the point. So that's why it's frustrating. It's because I have very, very average standards. I'm into really, really just average people that are my age. And I think that that's why it's frustrating. Is because again, I have a very specific average type. It's people my age, like white, Hispanic, people that are my age. I just have a very specific type of people that I'm into. Americans also. And really, it's actually anyone who is American, fluent in English, white collar, middle class to upper middle class, or just very intelligent. low class but intelligent and smart. Because somebody might just be from a low class like situation but be super intelligent and super awesome. And I think that that's again that's why I'm not into people with like money and stuff. Because you don't necessarily need to have a ton of money to be well off or to be like satisfied or whatever. And so I think that that's why it's frustrating is because I have a very very specific average type. I'm just into like white guys my age, Hispanic guys my age, Americans my age. That's literally it. I'm not into people that are like significantly older than me, and I'm not into people that are significantly younger than me. It's boring, it's kind of a waste of time. Like the generational, like, whatever that is, I'm not into it. It's dumb. And so I think that that's why it's frustrating, is because like super simple. And I'm like intelligent, I'm like intellectual enough that I don't need like that. And so I think that that's why it's like frustrating. I'm like this Kakamora shell tied up or whatever on this elephant that's like this Anne Frank elephant, this elephant that's tied up in this window, this terminal dip. So I think that's why it's like so frustrating is because I'm just like, this is boring. Like I have a very specific type. That's probably why Jasmine's at a window, because she's actually probably like that elephant. It's a boo. A boo is tied up. Aladdin's like, you're my only friend, Abu, because he's like, you're a boo. Like that's what the movie's about. Is that Aladdin's like, you're a boo, like that's your name. And so I think that that's the whole point of it. He's like, you're my only friend, Abu, because it's the truth. It's so funny. And so I think that that's why like I love that movie. It's because like it's actually Aladdin and Abu. And that is like the Three Caballeros. There's a magic carpet in the Three Caballeros movie. And that's probably what the Three Wishes thing is. I wish I could be part of your world. Got that 3 days, gays. Like, that's what it is. Ursula is trying to gay convert Mexicans. Like, she's attacking the Three Caballeros movie and, like, Pinocchio. That's what that actually is. And so, like, the magic carpet in A Whole New World, that's the Three Caballeros. Like, there's three guys on that carpet and Three Caballeros. That's the whole point of the movie, is that she's a homophobe. She's trying to gay convert the Three Caballeros. She's trying to gay convert Mexicans. That's so funny. So I think that that's the whole point of it. That's what it is with the shells and stuff. So I think that that's what it is. Like, she's the homophobe. She wants the ocean, and she's trying to gay convert gay people. But yeah, I think that that's what it is. Jasmine is at her window because she's an elephant in a window. Or she's the elephant in the window from the terminal dip in Roger Rabbit. So I think that that's the whole point of that. It's so frustrating because it's really simple. Like, you're my only friend, Apu, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Like, they're twins. We're twins. That's what's been happening this whole time. We had to do this gay rights stuff. And so I think that that's what it was. It's like, Aladdin's like, you're my only friend, Apu. Because that's what it is. Abu is his brother. It's like, it's very simple. It's like, this didn't need to be this difficult, this complicated. Just like, but that's the whole point of the mountain, the palace being moved to the mountain, is because he swindled the lamp from Aladdin and like tricked them, and then they put the palace on the mountain. That's what Elsa's ice palace is too. That's the same thing. It's Gothel trying to bring back Elsa's mind. She put the palace on the mountain. Elsa's ice palace is the exact same phenomenon as the palace that is on the mountain in Aladdin. And it's like, it's you who climbed the mountain, it's you who reached the peak, and then is fished out of the ocean by the genie to go battle Jafar. It's you who climbs the mountain, Tarzan, and goes and battles Jafar in the Aladdin movie. That's literally what it is. Alan is in everything. That's what it is. It's so funny. So I think that that's the whole point of the movie. That's why it's so frustrating. Someone's just attacking Mexico. Someone's just attacking gay people. So I think that that's what it is. She's just like attacking gay people because she's jealous that she's the Three Caballeros. She wants Three Caballeros. So she's like got that gays 3 days. She wants Three Caballeros. So she's like, I'm gonna try to gay convert you. That's what it is. It's so stupid. So I think that that's what that is. I said a very specific type, and people just are into what they're into. That's what it is. It's 2024. Like, I think that that's why it's frustrating, is because it's like, people are just into what they're into. People are just into who they're into, and that's it. If you're ugly, then that's it. There's no beating the beast. There's no spell. There's no, like, earning her love or learn to love her and love her. No, that's a reference to Alice in Wonderland. Like they could learn a few things about manners. That's what it is. Like all of this is fake. So that's just why it's so frustrating. It's like this does not work. Um, so that's what that is. It's so frustrating. There's no learning to love or whatever. That's not a thing. Like we were all learning to love again. We all felt the flame. No, let's shed those same tears. It's not real. That's not a real thing. You're trying to like burn people because they don't want to like because they don't love you or because they're not attracted to you. I'm like that's so stupid. That's so petty. And so I think that that's why that's important is because like that is just not what's happening. It's like no, people are just into who they're into. That's literally it. You, there's no converting people. It's just it's not nature versus nurture. No, it's not. That's not a thing. That's not real. Mother Nature's in Jungle Book. Mother Nature's in Fantasia 2000. It's just no. Like your daughter is just ugly. Like some people are just not going to be attracted to you. Like get over it. It doesn't fucking matter. And so I think that that's why it's so frustrating. Is because like people just are what they are. That's literally it. People are into what they're into. I just have a very specific type. It's white guys, Mexican guys, American guys my age. That's it. I'm into American guys of all skin colors and of all races and ethnicities as long as they're whitewashed. Like that's literally it. As long as like they're 100% Americanized, and not necessarily whitewashed because like America isn't like the American English is what I'm into. I'm not really into British English, although I will dabble in it. But I'm not really into that though. So as long as you follow the Constitution, are an intellectual, preferably a Democrat, are super American, and are preferably white and Mexican. But yeah, that's it. That's literally it. As long as you are, as long as you are that criteria and male and my age, then that's it. But yeah, I think that's what it is. If you're well spoken, intellectual, and American, then I will be into you. Asian, black, Hispanic, white. As long as you're a male, not transgendered, um, well spoken, intellectual, and like kind, then yeah, I'm into it. But that's it. And there's nothing else to it than that. For the first time in my life, I'm articulating like who I actually am. And it's that. I just am into people my age that are similar to me. Like that's literally it. For the first time in my life.